Welcome to Love Them Knives channel, where we take every gratuitous opportunity to do a video on some shit that probably nobody cares about. And today is a fine example of that. We're going to do one about the Spyderco Para Military PM2. This is because I got all excited about this for no damn reason at all, except for they're colorful. It's like little jelly beans in a store window, right? You're a knife guy, right? So the PM2, which I like the PM2, okay? The Paramilitary 2. And I just found out a few minutes ago, they're spelling paramilitary like it's actually two words here. Yikes, I've been running it together for like years now. I need to kind of make mental note on that. Oh, by the way, this is the paperwork they put in with these because this is an exclusive for, who do you think? Who do you think? BladeHQ. They've got more money than Gates, than whatever, you know? Everybody. They've apparently, they must have millions of dollars to do all these exclusives they do, carry the kind of inventory they do. But the good thing about that is they do some cool stuff, which, you know, is not just a general run by these knife makers. They do it because BladeHQ, you know, contracted with them to do it. And so, yeah, I mean, that's a good thing. I like it when they do these kinds of special exclusives. Not all that I'm necessarily into, but check these out. Okay, so now the first thing I did, what was the first thing I did when I got these knives? Come on, the Paramilitary 2. What's the first thing you do? Where was the pocket clip? Yeah, it's always this way and tipped down. Dear Spyderco, hello? Anybody home? Yeah, don't make me do that. Why don't you just do it tip up? And let the other people square it away to the tip down position, if you know. Yikes. And then, of course, the full, the military as well. Okay, so the PM2, and this is aluminum. Okay, so this was a special, an exclusive, which can be run over and over again, like they're saying in the paperwork. We can do multiple runs. It's just, it's particular to a particular like retailer or wholesaler when we do an exclusive, explaining exclusive, okay? And then this is, of course, does a compression lock, but they don't have a liner like the others do, like these do here, okay? Because the aluminum scales. So it actually, they're saying, may make it lighter. So we'll weigh it. But you can see in here, there's no liner in there. And then you've got this insert in here in the aluminum, which, is that aluminum or is it aluminium? Or when I got my first job out of college, in the executive suite of the back of a machine shop sweeping floors, and then they had me run a machine, and the boss called this lunium. There was no A on it. It was lunium. I go, are you sure? Because I don't think this is mined on the moon. I think it's actually mined here on Earth. So it's not a lunar material, but that was, I mean, some people have a hard time with pronouncing this. The British especially. Aluminium, excuse me? But these are all aluminium. And they come in different colors, and it's really interesting on the paperwork. They're saying it could be, you know, all these different colors. And where did they say that? Red, there ain't no red here. Green, blue, purple, but where's the red, the orange, and the black? So maybe they've done them in the past and I've just missed out on it. But I saw these get done. Okay, and I saw them on, oh God, I think it was Knife Nuts Podcast, which is their Instagram. And I watch his Instagram. I follow his Instagram. And so he had all three of them in his hand. I'm going, holy moly, that's cool. So So I went to BladeHQ, and of course they were all sold out. So then I put in, please notify me if they come back in stock, and bingo, here I get an email and they're in stock. So I got the green one and checked out, and then I go, ah, shit. So I went back in and I got the blue and purple, and then I swear to God, 10, 15 minutes later, I went back in and checked, and they were all sold out. So they're obviously popular. Now, of course, they're the same as any other paramilitary too. As far as dimensions and everything goes, oh, there's my Maximate. You know what? I've been smudging that one up. Oh, and by the way, got Frosty here, which is my Arctic Storm fat carbon fiber, and this is M4. And then, of course, this is Maximate here. And, of course, then the one that my wife stole that I finally got back from her is my M390. So that's blue, right? So I got blue that way. Got blue like this. But, I mean, you're sitting there going, I like M390. Especially if Spyderco's doing it, I have some trust that it's actually heat treated correctly. Maximate. Same thing, you know, okay, Maximate, way cool, right? And then, of course, let me cut my finger off here, M4, especially with Frosty. That would not be a good thing, M4. But these do not come in that blade steel, as amazing as it may seem. They come in a carpenter steel, CTS, BD1, and Nancy, you mean nitrogen. So there's like 0.8 to 0.95% of 1% carbon. And it's got like 15 to 17% chromium, but it's got nitrogen in it, okay? And so you got plenty of chromium, and then you got the nitrogen in there. So this ought to be pretty damn corrosion resistant. So they're saying, okay, that's good. And edge durability and cutting performance. Now, obviously, it's not going to be like Maximate or M390, okay? Depending on the M390, from where that comes from, okay? I'm just saying, yikes. So, I mean, M390 is kind of a big dice roll because it depends on who you're getting it from. But if I'm getting it from Spyderco, I'm going to be pretty confident. Maximate the same way, M4, etc. I think they do a good job heat treating their steels from past experience, getting Rockwells and stuff on their knives. Okay, so I'm good with that. And I think they probably do some in-house QC that's better than some of the Chinese manufacturers, because the Chinese manufacturers tend to outsource their heat treating. And I don't know about WE Knives and Riot, but some of the others, I know they do. And so they just get a data sheet back from the heat treating place going, oh, yeah, they're all at a 60, don't worry. And so they don't even check them. They don't do a Rockwell or cutting performance or anything. They just believe it and go down that road. And we've checked them before in the past. And yes, the Rockwells were not as stated by the heat treater. So it's always something you need to follow up in your own shop, which I believe probably Spyderco does in the USA. So I have more confidence in that. Plus, you know, what they're saying about BD1, you can look it up. BD1N for nitrogen, saying, you know, you could say it's probably equivalent to 14C28N or VG10, and maybe, you know, I mean, some comments of if it's done well, if it's heat treated well, it has pretty damn good performance. It's not there with the high vanadium, like super steels, like S30, S35, you know, S90, 110, whatever. But, I mean, as a good user steel, and also sharpenability and all that kind of thing. So this is a good user steel. Now, the thing I thought was interesting about these, and I'm already too far into this video, I should have said this before, but look at the cosmic arc here. And they say it here as well, the cosmic arc on here, cosmic arc pattern, okay? So this is interesting. When I saw the picture online, I thought this was curved. I thought that this was a contoured scale. It's not, it's flat, okay? So that was a little disappointing when I got these in the mail. So if you guys get some of these, just so you'll know, it's a flat scale. It's not contoured, which I thought they were. And I thought it would be cool had they been contoured, actually. But they are not. So they're flat. But they have a wild look to them because of that patterning. Now, I heard one guy say, that's plenty aggressive and kind of makes it, he was saying, difficult to get in and out of his pocket because of this. Because of this texturing being pretty aggressive. I haven't had that issue. So, okay, there's me. But so that may be another thing to consider. And they're aluminum, so this color can, the color can come off depending on, how badly you're going to beat it up, dropping it on concrete, do this and that, whatever. But I think they're great looking. And here's kind of what really bought me into this. Not the blade steel, obviously, okay? And not the fact that I didn't own a PM2, because I've already got 3 of them. But it was the fact that you get the entire knife, okay, for like $150. So, I mean, believe me, this knife was not $150. This was a Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive. And this was expensive, my friend. And by the time I paid tax, and I have to pay tax on Smoky, I got to pay tax on BladeHQ, $150. That was $15 tax. That was $30 there, and another. So there's $45. I'm going, God, I wish I could have bought it on White Mountain. I'd have got 10% off. So what would this have been? $450, right? $450 would have been $45 off. Then what? No tax. That's another $45. That's $90. That's almost a $100 bill better off if I could have got them there. So, but White Mountain, they do exclusives and stuff like that, but, and special stuff. But, I mean, they just don't have the millions of dollars that BladeHQ does to be able to do, as many things and hold the depth of inventory. So that's why I buy from them when I can, because I'm not paying the tax and I'm getting a discount on most things. There are some things you cannot get the discount on. The manufacturers won't allow it. So, but these are interesting. And let's weigh one of them up and see how much different they are, because I've got just a regular G10, my M390. So let's put it on the scale. And it's 107.7, about 107. So this is, about instead of 108, it's 102. Let's run it around to ounces and see what we have. So 3.59 ounces, okay? This is going to be heavier. This is 3.8. So 3.6 to 3.8. You won't feel the difference, probably. Oh, let's take the Maximet, which doesn't have an aftermarket clip. Okay, so maybe did that clip really make it that much lighter? That's a titanium clip. So there's the Maximet, and that's close to 4 ounces, 3.6. Okay. I mean, I don't know that I can appreciate that. Yeah, you know what? I think I can feel the difference even a little bit. Yeah, I think I feel this one being a little heavier in the hand with the G10 and all that. So this not having that liner and this having the aluminum, it makes it lighter. So that's something. But what's nice is that I can have all the knife. I get the whole knife for $150. I mean, what does it cost for some of these aftermarket scales? I mean, I got buddies that I've been, I email or talk to on the phone. They're like, well, I got this new set of scales. It's like Flytanium or so-and-so in Russia makes some awesome, custom scales. But they're like they could be $100, $150 for a set of scales. I'm getting a whole knife for $150, and I know these are not like as fantastic as some custom scales can be, but I'm getting the whole damn knife. And then, you know, here's a thought too. I don't know what you're thinking. Not doing on this one, but I mean, you could swap blades. I wouldn't do it on this because I already got the Fat Carbon Arctic Storm on this M4. But you could take the Maximat and you could put a Maximat blade on one of these. Or you could take your M390 and swap off, right? So, I mean, I think that would be interesting. That way, if there was a particular color you really liked, then what you could do is just put a higher end steel blade on there. And of course, there's some mods that you won't be able to do on these because it doesn't have that liner. That's what they were saying in their paperwork as well. So you might need to keep that in mind as well. But aircraft grade aluminum, it's machined to accept the lock bar, so the compression lock, etc. So, and the Cosmic arc and the BD1N blade steel. So, okay, I think I blithered on enough, but I just thought these are way cool. If I can get them all under the lights, they all look decent at one time. There you go. So, yeah, I just thought I'd throw these out because I was really taken by them because of the color, the aluminum, lighter weight, the absence of the liner, and the fact that I thought personally at $150 a piece, I get the whole knife, plus I get the scales. So it gives me an opportunity. I could swap out blades with other models that I've got, you know, with other blade steels that I have in the PM2. So it gives you some customizable things that you can do with them. All right, thank you so much, guys. I'll let you go. BladeHQ exclusive, and it's a knife life, I guess. 03 to 2021 anniversary. Okay, whatever. You guys, you know what we do. We love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.